A former Postal Service employee in Colorado has pleaded guilty to fraud after he was accused of awarding trucking contracts in exchange for kickbacks. We've been examining the safety records of the trucks that carry our mail since one of those truckers hit and killed 5 people in Weld County. Our Mark Salinger is the first to report on the connection between the guy who pleaded guilty and that horrible crash.
Trucks at the Postal Service's bulk mail center in Denver come and go constantly. Yet several states away, deep in the archives of federal court filings in the Northern District of Texas, a new plea agreement is raising questions about how the trucking contracts are awarded. Ty Rowe was a network specialist for the Postal Service in Colorado. Documents show he had the power to influence who received these contracts. Now Rowe just entered a plea agreement after he was charged with fraud. Federal court filings show he admits he received bribes and kickbacks in exchange for awarding trucking contracts to companies that paid him. In one instance, it was nearly $300,000. The case names 2 Colorado companies that sent kickbacks to Rowe, but the plea is already having an impact on the legal battle in one of the most devastating truck crashes in the state.
One commercial truck into a SUV.
In June of 2022, a truck carrying mail crashed into a car on I-25 in Weld County and killed a family of 5 inside. The truck, operated by Caminantes Trucking, didn't have working brakes, proper insurance, and the driver didn't have a valid license. Federal court filings in Colorado now show Ty Rowe was the Postal Service administrative official responsible for the day-to-day monitoring of the contract with Caminantes Trucking. While there are no allegations that Rowe received kickbacks from Caminantes, a filing in federal court in Colorado is asking a judge to consider Rowe's plea agreement in Texas when ruling in this case. Ty Rowe was part of a deposition in the lawsuit over the deadly crash on I-25 involving the truck contracted by the Postal Service. Rowe represented the Postal Service in that deposition. This afternoon, I also talked to the family of the 5 people killed in the crash. They're from Wyoming. They didn't know about Rowe's connection and say they want to investigate more, Kyle.
You reach out to the Postal Service, as you have throughout your investigation on this. What did they say about this latest development?
Yeah, so they haven't always released statements, and today is no different. They told me reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Texas. They're the ones who are going to be able to tell you. We haven't heard back. There is no real connection that we know yet if there was any bribery or anything like that. There are no allegations of that, and there are no facts to point to that in this Caminantes case. But of course, there's already a filing in the Caminantes case, the federal case here in Colorado, that's trying to see whether there is any connection.
And you've just got this broader question that's been lingering over your entire coverage, which is, who is getting taxpayer Postal Service dollars to carry the mail, and are those trucks safe? And now we learn about this bribery accusation.
And it goes on, and the driver of this Caminantes truck that was involved in this crash was convicted of a crime and, as far as we know, is still in jail at this point.
Mark Salinger, thank you for your work on this. Appreciate it.